High school did end up having one call meeting on January 26th because there was a field trip request that did not get approved at the other meeting. And of course, that is what the functions are SGPs. They do all the approvals for fundraisers and field trips, so they can quickly meet on the afternoon of January 26th to approve a field trip for FestCon, which took place last week. As a little reminder, I also attached on the board meeting the names of the people who were involved in the SGTs, their role in the school hour, because we did have a little bit of turnover mid-year due to some people moving or some transfers of teachers. So that is there for your reference. Does anyone have any questions?
Okay,
Thank you.
very thorough.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, next item is schoolhouse. Leaders on the school operating models. We need about how.
And you can.
Well, I'm excited to share some interesting things that are going on at Blue Ridge Elementary School. This month, since it's different than our beginning of the school year, I thought I'd focus on a different theme. Tonight seems to be a night for STEAM, and us having a discussion about that. So I'll further that discussion with my presentation tonight. I don't know if you remember last year, Mr. Root facilitated a discussion and the development of what we in Fannin County want graduates to look like if they leave our system as a STEAM graduate. And so each level of school, from elementary, middle to high, all take ownership in that and facilitating that happening for our graduates. And our elementary schools decided these are the action steps that we can do to help students get ready for that path. And so we like to try to expose students to different opportunities in STEAM and building relationships with community partners, as well as exposing them to solve real world problems and promoting that productive struggle with their problem solving. You know, don't give up, persist, keep going. So we try to develop those skills at the elementary school. And one of the ways that we do that at Blue Ridge is through the use of clubs. We have our master schedule built around extra time at the end of the day, so our second through fifth graders can participate in clubs without having to stay after school. We want every student in our building to be able to be involved in a club, and we do that so that we can do it during the regular school day. One of the things that they do is they rotate each semester, so students are able to choose clubs based on an interest. We present what clubs are going to be offered each semester. Students get to choose and rank their order of interest, and then we try to align the clubs that we offer with our middle and high school programs offered as they progress through our school system. So one of the clubs we have is robotics. And robotics, when students are involved in that club, they learn things such as collaboration, they learn how to work together, they do learn how to code. Even our kindergarten and first graders who don't participate in clubs get exposed to coding at a very early age. Sometimes it's just following directions, and then it grows to them being able to explore on their own and build their own codes and program them into our robots that we have. They learn engineering because they get to design their own product and put them to the test. Problem solving, critical thinking, and creativity are also involved. You can see these little guys here have their robot on a maze, and it follows the path that they put together for them. And here are some other examples of things the students do. You can see them building the code over there on the Chromebooks. Some of them work through remote control, and they just test it out based on how they want it to move and the directions they have in the iPad program. And then they just try things out, see if it works. They'll bring it across the hall, stick it in the eye so we can see how it works, and they get real excited about what they produce. Another club we have is our cooking club. In our cooking club, students gain a variety of skills. They learn cooking, collaboration. You're going to see that as a theme throughout our clubs. Every club that we have offers that ability to build relationships and work together. But they also learn math skills, literacy skills, learning and understanding how to read recipes and what those words mean, communication. They build also a foundation for healthy habits and nutrition. We grow things on our campus, so they learn how to try new things, grow new things, produce new things with the products that we raise at school. You can see here We have kale that we raised in our greenhouse with our aquaponics bed, and students were able to take that and make kale smoothies that they took around the school for all of our teachers and students to try. And that top picture on the left, you can see they really enjoy tasting the products that they make in our club. Our drama club is new. We've not had that before. And we have students learning how to build their confidence through performing arts. They develop language and communication skills through that program. Collaboration, again, it helps students understand the world around them and develop emotional intelligence. You can see this year we have students who have written and developed their own puppet shows, and they were able to perform them as well. So that was a really neat thing that we've never tried before, that they really enjoyed doing. We have our chicken club. This is a popular club. Through our chicken club, students learn skills such as cooperation, basic agricultural skills, animal care. They get to appreciate where food comes from and learn that you just don't go to the grocery store to buy eggs that actually come from somewhere. And this was a new word for me, biosecurity. They actually learn how to properly care and take care of the product, the eggs, and the waste that comes with the chickens that we have. And then we learn a little bit about making money, and sometimes we don't make as much money as it costs to actually raise the chickens. Sometimes that's a problem. But our students really love working with the chickens. They grow their own fodder. They take care of them. They water them. They love to volunteer to go and just be in the chicken pen. Some of them just want to pet and hold the chickens, which is fun too. We actually have Ms. Rhonda Matthews students come and talk to our students about handling eggs, and that's been an exciting endeavor to connect with those high school students and have them come and teach our students more about agriculture and just make that connection that there's somewhere for them to go if they have a passion for this area at the elementary level. It's still there when they get to middle school. This is one thing that we're super proud of. We have a farm and arts market in the lobby of our school, and students actually learn how to cooperate again. They learn a little bit about entrepreneurship, marketing, cost analysis. Ms. King takes our students through, okay, we have this product, we developed it, how much should we sell it for? Who wants to buy it? Which products sell the best? And then what do we make? And what's the benefit of selling this product? So they're learning a little bit about the things that they need to sell, the products that they need to sell, and which ones are the most beneficial when it comes to making money. We learn how to present the products to sell them, how should they look to make them more appealing, and then we learn a little bit about audio-visual skills. I'll show you that. So you see here, this picture on the left, students had a farmer's market where they advertised the products that we had through parent pickup line, and they sold the products in the parent pickup line. We have our actual market presentation in our lobby, and we put that out on Facebook so people know about it. So this year we created a commercial. We put on that special offer.
Hi, I'm Aubrey, and I am Madison, and these are radishes! These radishes are organically grown in our homemade garden that's right here at Marius. We are selling them 10 for $1. Contact Mrs. King on Pasco Road or call the office to buy them. Radishes are gluten-free. Strike vintage for these recipes. Keto and low-carb sauteed radishes, roasted radishes, and Brussels sprouts, cucumber, and radish salad. Thank you for supporting our STEAM class and school. We hope to have our fall harvest ready to sell soon. Hope you love these radishes!
So our students grew the radishes, they talked about how to advertise, and then they actually used our green screen and audio visual equipment to make these commercials. And we have a variety of different commercials that were really great, and we shared those on Facebook. This is not necessarily STEAM related, but it is a popular club, and I wanted to include it because we have been able to partner with the high school on this one as well. We have students learning about proper running form and endurance, stamina, and persistence, just keeping at it, trying hard. And we actually had runners from our high school cross country and track team come and talk to the students about their endeavors with running and play games with them. So it's been a lot of fun for our students to see that that can continue as well. And then a couple of new things that I wanted to share with you that we have going on at VRES. We have 2 teachers that have gone and gotten trained in archery. And so we were able to use Title IV money last year to purchase archery equipment. And those teachers have gone and learned how to teach, or they've been trained on how to teach children a safe way to practice archery. So our 4th and 5th graders have actually been doing this the last few weeks at school. And it can grow into a club and even some competitions that are local in our area that students might participate in. So we're really excited about it. You can see our students have really enjoyed learning how to do this as well. And this is something we're super proud of. Mr. Flowers and students, Dr. Ramsey helped us get this beautiful sign that we have in our school now. We sent them our logo, and they were able to use some plasma cutter to give us the sign that we have hanging in our front office. So it's gorgeous, we love it, and we couldn't be more proud of it. And always, we thank you for support and all that you do for our school.
Elementary school, pretty remarkable. Entrepreneurship, marketing, thought analysis, those are all concentrations of study in business school, University of Georgia. It's remarkable. Teaching the concepts of the
Our super proud.
Indeed.
Quite a variety. I love how she sees old students, black students, into her work. So that's a win-win.
Indeed.
I think to go back to the statement that I made, God made it all better.
Well, all right, number 8, share the health update.
Good evening again, board. Regan made reference to the spike that we had in January. Luckily, right now we are on the other side of that belt curve, on the downward trend when it comes to our cases in the school system per week. As you see, we're going down. When it comes to the bar graph there, and on the community data, it shows the same pattern. And so when we look at our community data here, you'll see those giant spikes in January that we referenced, and then you see where we are currently, and our 7-day average, it is continuing to drop. So right now, we are in a good spot. When it comes to the Omicron variant and everything that's going on, and I did talk to the hospital and Regional Hospital as well, and what they're seeing in the hospital right now mimics what we're seeing in the community and mimics what we're seeing in the school system. They've seen a massive drop off in their number of cases and what they've had to deal with, and so I know it's still week by week, month by month, day by day, but right now, I can stand here and say that we're in a really good spot. So, honestly, I'm ready to say that.
Very good. Probably the perfect time. I started this at the start of the meeting. My colleague, Mr. Luis, is not with us tonight because he's been under the weather. And he called me this afternoon and said, I feel like I can physically be there, but out of consideration to the rest of the board members and other people in the room, I'm going to stay away. We don't want to expose you to whatever they're going to do. I certainly appreciate his attitude. And, certain mission students have a great day.
Any other questions? Mr. Chair, next item is involving substations. This area will probably just not down something that frankly is huge for the school district and the leadership and the legacy of the Fannin schools in the future. District.
Absolutely.
Excited about this.
I know we are very excited about this. So as you will probably recall, back in October, I mentioned to you that we were going to be launching our Aspiring Leaders program in Fannin County Schools. And part of that was because of our challenge. The challenge is that we do not have a very deep leadership pool in Fannin County currently. And part of that has come about because of changes at the Professional Standards Commission when it comes to certifications. And so teachers and other educators are really hesitant to invest their money into a leadership degree or a leadership certification if it may never result in a leadership position or a raise. And so between the narrowing of the pool and then also retirements that have and will continue to affect the school system, we want to make sure that we're prepared so that the work of the school system continues even when there are changes in personnel. So we developed the Aspiring Leaders Program. So the Aspiring Leaders Program, actually the application closed on Friday, January 28th. And so beginning next week, we will have interviews with 25 individuals who applied, which is remarkable. We're thrilled. So that means that they met the prerequisite criteria to be included in that program, meaning they've already earned at least a master's degree or higher, and they had the proper scores once they did their master's work previously, because this is an add-on certification program. It's not a standalone master's degree. So the Aspiring Leaders interview team comprised of Mr. Root, Mrs. Miller, Mr. Inslee, Mr. Danner are reviewing all of these applications, and they will be meeting with these individuals next week from Monday through Wednesday. So a final round of interviews will be scheduled later if it is needed. Those selected for the Aspiring Leaders Program will be notified by February 25th, and then they will be invited to our March board meeting to be presented to you. And so we're super excited about that. The leadership classes through the University of North Georgia will actually begin this summer, and this certification program consists of 6 courses in addition to a 250-hour leadership program. So that's the Aspiring Leaders update. But let's talk a little bit about what the bigger picture is right here. Because yes, we do have an immediate need for leaders to have the certification, but we also know what the long-range goal is for Fannin County Schools, and it is to continue building and deepening our leadership capacities. So Fannin County Schools was invited to be a part of a program that's administered through the regions by the Governor's Office of Student Achievement, GOSTA. It's called the Georgia School Leadership Academy. And so there have been 4 of us, or actually 5 of us now, who have been working alongside leaders from other North Georgia districts, including Lumpkin County Schools and Gainesville City Schools, to help work with our leadership development protocols. So the Fannin County team includes Mrs. Heather Collis, who's an assistant principal at Fannin County High School, Mr. Matt Price, East Fannin principal, and Dr. Watkins, our superintendent, Ms. Judy Tipton, who's an AP at Blue Ridge Elementary School, and myself. And so we've met twice so far over at Pioneer Risa to start defining what our core values are as it relates to leadership and to begin developing a viable program to identify and then nurture leaders in our school system. So let's take a little bit of a deeper dive on what we believe our mission statement is. So currently our mission statement for this leadership program is identifying, equipping, and cultivating leaders to meet challenges with purpose, resilience, and compassion. The more we talk about pedagogy, the more we realize that we can absolutely teach people about standards and how to go about being a leader, but it's really hard to teach people core values like honesty, dedication, hard work, compassion. And so we're focusing on those being our core values for the program instead of the standards-based of leadership. We're looking at developing that individual so that they're ready to lead our system with purpose, resilience, and compassion. So what does the leader look like that can do this? Well, of course, at the core, we have our 3 standards that we're going to focus on. And all of these different competencies, skills, qualities, and what they are able to do day to day, that's where our focus is going to be as as we develop our leadership program. We want folks who are empathetic, authentic, honest, hardworking, focused on relationships. They understand what it means to be a servant leader. They're able to make a decision. Extremely important leadership. They're self-aware. They understand and respect differences. They can take small parts and then see the whole. All of those things are extremely important to us. And those are the people we need to identify, select, and then pour into so that they are ready when it's time to step up to a leadership role. Finally, let me take you through our goals for our leadership program currently. Of course, goal number 1 is related to the Aspiring Leaders Program. So in the late fall and early winter this year, the school system will launch Aspiring Leaders Program to select qualified employees who desire to be leaders in the school system to participate in Tier 1 Leadership Program certification through the University of Florida, Georgia. We're already well in progress on this one. The next goal is that the district leadership team will be selecting a book study, and right now we do have a nomination form out there for our current leaders for us to complete as a team over the summer of 2022. The purpose of this is we want to find a book that embodies who we are and our core values of being purposeful, being resilient, being compassionate. Those are what we want to continue to nurture in ourselves who are currently leaders, as well as those that are selected for the program later. Finally, goal 3 is that the SCSS will support the Aspiring Leaders Program throughout the next year and into the next year by providing them leadership opportunities with a 250-hour practicum through UNG, and that we will also have them an assigned structured mentoring program with a person to meet with both next year and the following year. Because like I said, leadership is built, and we will pour into these individuals who are selected. So who are some of our partners through this process? And I won't read all of these words. We have 3 main partners. Obviously, UNG is one of our main partners. And so Dr. White and I spoke to Dr. Soul earlier this week at UNG to let him know where we're at currently with our Aspiring Leaders Program and let him know our next steps. And so we're extremely excited that before long we'll be providing him with names of individuals that we're going to enroll. And remember, we're enrolling them and the school system is paying for their classes. We are pouring into these people because we believe in their abilities and we want them to have the opportunity to be leaders in our system. Aside from being a partner with UNG, we're also partners with Pioneer RESA. They already support us greatly when it comes to leadership development. We send all of our principals and assistant principals through their leadership academy. Typically, Dr. Mark Wilson, who's a former Georgia Principal of the Year, he leads those academies, and he is marvelous. But they're always a constant partner with us. And of course, right now we do have this 1-year-long partnership with GOSA that we're truly benefiting from because they are on the outside looking in, and they've got a whole state of experience that they can share with us as we develop our own program. So we're extremely grateful for this opportunity and feel very honored that we were selected to be a part of this group. So do you have any thoughts, comments, or suggestions about our current initiative or anything that's coming up soon? Yes, Mr. Reardon.
Well, this is so amazing. I don't think I have worked with driving already with me. I'm sure it's a big one more. To me, this is what should have happened. I am certain, proud that you folks, I think that this would go to that. That gives time to step up. You got people.
No, you can. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think succession plan is critical to the success of any organization. Having they want to be ready to take the reins instead of having to operate and start over. Be critical to the success of an organization. So very proud.
We are really excited about this opportunity, and we're thrilled that we're able to help people attain something that's one of their life goals and help to support them. And at some point, there will be opportunities. So we're extremely excited about that.
It's not like this, but if I can use that child, it's going to be yours. A lot of enthusiasm.
I know it. We're thrilled.
And I can tell it, you're talking.
People next one? Ms. Reed, well done.
Thank you.
Alright. Board next item is public comments. This has to be better. Okay, we'll go on to number 11. Facilities update. Basically, board, close to the rest of the meeting. So we just, good timer, so I can, so y'all won't like to. Facilities update, Blue Ridge, actually, that was actually founded by the Management Department, so again, it was still Dr. Hodges' thunder. Only a panic bar, but again, that's the kindergarten, Dr. Hodges can, tell you how much problem we have with it, so that's been place, that's all on the softball board. At high school, they requested some outlets in the commons area, for put up a recycle board. This was actually done over the summer, right when school started, and, those three tables were running off of one outlet, so we can make some up and expand things out as well. This is at the new gym, this is on the visitor side. We've had some major hot water problems, at the new gymnasium. Of course, it's built over 8, I think it was. And, so again, we actually had the big old tanks taken out, we put in the gas, waterless, hot water heaters there, those are all free, each of them, and, yeah, that's a big high demand for something that big, so think about that. Tankless.
That would be a very effective hot water.
Good with you.
Right.
Yes, sir.
From what I understand, we're gonna take money. It's gonna cost something to do this, but long run, we're gonna save a lot of money.
Absolutely.
You don't need it, you don't need it.
That's true, and, just like your home, but actually, we control that with our IV system and everything else. So, I'm here all the time, we'll turn that off. Staff Development Center, just several pictures there, it's moving, quite well. I've actually got back out there today, that's one of the first days in a long time I'm not back out there. Again, that's the first coat of paint, as you can tell, that's in the fixed seating room or the boardroom. Hold on, let's see, pull it out of your view. And that's at the stage area looking back. Corner of the stage. Correct. Sort of simulate the PAC, but of course not as deep. There'll be fixed seating there where all the trays and you see the steps there at the bottom of it, so that's just a header, so we won't recommend it. That's the stage area, you're looking at the back. The data has been, data cables is completed at the Staff Development Center. There's a big gobble of wires that's coming into the data room. The trays will be installed actually by March the 1st, because the fiber's coming in on March the 2nd. That's one of the electrical rooms there at South Development Center. Of course, it's not nowhere near the main entrance, looking southeast. That's the front door to the right. It's not going to be OSB. Yeah. Unless y'all want it to be OSB, we can do that if y'all choose. But again, moving quite well. That is the staff training room. So again, that room as well as like the boardroom could be used for multiple training sessions on the same day. So again, very exciting. Yeah, that's the main entrance looking back. Next year, there actually are forming for sidewalks. That big blue top right there, that's just all that's going to be a drain area, sidewalk there, and those will be running to that area. They're credible for the main entrance. They're still not complete, but most of the rock is completed, but they've not done some of the work through the tops of the buildings. The transportation facility, again, the fueling station is still ongoing. Training pad is pretty much complete. They have started, was going to start staking last week for the curb and gutter for the asphalt, but of course the rain held it off, so then hopefully they'll have it started staking by tomorrow, start staking. And then hopefully we'll get some curb gutters in the next couple of weeks, we'll actually get some asphalt. So that's a training pad on the other side of the transportation facility. Few lines you can't tell, you don't realize how big those are to get beside them, so you know that big of an area. Just showing pictures there. I'm taking that painting from my own personal. A lot of times it's on the plans where everything is, but you see it and you know how it goes. That's what I have to the fuel station.
in one of the medical rooms under education. Take a picture of that one little gas heater up on the corner of the site. Every door other than the regular HVAC units, there are gas heaters at every door, so we can keep it climate controlled inside as well. That's going to be where all the pumps and all the fluids are in that room. That's where everything's going to terminate. Everything going overhead. The bus training room. Break room there for office personnel. Main hallway coming in, front entrance, the same hallway there, everything. That's in the shop. Reels, those reels right there to the top. There's 4 of those at each of the bays. Again, that goes back to that room, all the compression, how things are. As great as our bus drivers are, those that put the big concrete dollars there for to protect the corners, everything else stays. And I think that and we actually had to move the bathrooms from the bank to the front of the building, so at least I have a place to go whenever we get.
Same room with doors, restrooms, and waters and pieces.
And I'm gonna beat everybody to the punch at the far building in the background there, that's Woody's. So that's another building looking back across. That pad right there is gonna hold roughly 100 buses. So again, we got ample enough parking there for everything.
It's amazing gardens, and not just one facility, but 2 facilities. It's his leadership.
Got a good architect and a good team. It's been pretty slow so far.
Any questions for everybody? Love y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Board, this is a memo to approve the ag facility. It's a site application approval by the DOE. When it was built in 2016, when the permit was submitted to the Board of Education, it was not really designated as classrooms. So even though the DOE knows we have that facility over there, it's technically not a classroom. So I'm in the process of doing a site application approval, and one of the checklist items is to get board approval to actually submit for a site application. If it is approved by the DOE, then we can act an ag facility for a COPS program, which we get some state funds whenever it starts meeting the timetables for AC and for HVAC and everything else. So if we get this approved as a classroom, they don't say classroom, they say school. It's not going to be a school. It's going to be a building that's classified as a school because we will have classes over it. So again, I would highly recommend that you just let me apply for this site application. Everything is completed except the risk hazard and the phase 1 analysis should be done on the 16th of February. Only this application after the site, or after the phase 1, after the risk hazard. But again, I didn't want to March to this week. So this one check this out that should have to for the site.
This is very awesome. This is the city sets something. This will help with the funding. So, this is training and this. All right. Ask.
So, the motion to approve the agricultural facility resolution on that.
Yeah.
Motion by second. Second, discussion. All in favor? Vote unanimous.
Thank you, Board.
Next several is guaranteed max price. Back in August, I asked for approval to submit to try to get a CPM at risk for several projects. This is one of the projects. This is the high school HVAC. Again, I asked for the approval, and August, and in October, you approved the CM at risk, which is Morgan Watson, who's doing our facilities. So the next four is gonna be very quick, but again, the GMP come in for the high school HVAC is $931,952. This will be paid for out of CARES fund. It's already been approved by the CARES budget. So again, this is good high school, that will cover this. This is not the bar units, all this in cost.
This is federal fund. The recommendation, I hear a motion. The motion to approve the escalator track project.
Second.
Second, Mr. Galloway, further discussion. All those in favor? Vote unanimous, motion carries.
I will ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
With the modern update and everything like that, we should say some cash on them, I should.
I hope so. I'm not gonna say we are, because it's just, these bar units, we're taking the old one out, putting a new one in, it is new waterized, so you would think it'd be a little bit more efficient. But again, these things are well past, replacement. We've been having some issues with them as well. And you can talk to any of the principals, they're ready to tell you that we, at least once or twice a week, we're at each school, because we're gonna make that call. This is this is a second one, that was approved by you in October for the CM at risk. This is the high school plumbing. Last Christmas, we had a major ordeal at the high school. We called one of our contractors. He done an amazing job over like a 4-week period to put a Band-Aid on it. This is going to come back in and finish the remainder of the job. The GMP for the high school plumbing is $184,446. This will actually be paid for out of schools.
Okay, make that recommendation, Mr. Chair. Recommendation, you hear a motion? The motion to approve the Fannin High School plumbing project, is there a second?
I second.
Second, Mr. Galloway. Motion by Mr. Paul. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Vote unanimous, motion carried. Okay, thank you. Number 16.
Last project, middle school HVAC. GMP come in at $1,230,672. Now, while this was more, not only are the classroom bar units getting replaced, but also the rooftop units. We're also lowering the ceiling. So to answer that question, we're definitely going to save some money at middle school, because we've included in that price lowering the ceiling from these 16, 18 foot ceilings down to 12 and 14 feet. Less square footage, you got the conditioned air and everything. Again, this is paid for out of CARES funds. Again, $1,230,672. Same ceiling with this.
Again, we use the federal funds for that recommendation. Motion?
All right.
Motion by Mr. Perry, to approve the Fannin middle school HVAC project, is there a second? Second, by Mr. Cole, any further discussion? All those in favor? Vote unanimous, motion carries. Thank you. Item number 17, Mr. Perry.
Fire alarm at middle school, when we submitted this to the CM says, can you use CARES money for a fire alarm? Because we included that in the bid packets and everything, so we contacted our people, actually Ms. Lindsay did, cannot use CARES money for fire alarm systems. So we pulled that out of the contract, but again, this would be the ideal time to replace the fire alarm. Mr. Young can contest how many issues we've had with the fire alarm out there. So the fire alarm, again, same CM, they already done the bidding process. Pretty much they're ready to pull the trigger on it. Fire alarm system replacing $128,054. It will be paid for out of schools.
Thank you for the response on that information, Mr. Perry. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Cole, to approve the fire alarm system project, Fannin middle school, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Perry. All, any further discussion? All those in favor? Vote unanimous, motion carries. Thank you, number 18. Ben?
Now, I'm gonna stop my clock because this is actually a high school thing, so prom and graduation dates, the prom does not have to be approved, but again, that's gonna be April the 30th, and I know the same as last year from 8 to 11 o'clock. Same day as we've done, or the high school's done for multiple years. What does need board approval is the high school graduation set for Friday, May 27th. At the stadium at 8 o'clock. The bad weather, we'll move to the gym. There's not plans for backup or overflow season.
No, just, very fortunate to have Inola to host this. We were Had a great time last year. The kids really enjoyed it. They loved the atmosphere. So we're going back there again. The kids really look forward to it.
Thank you, Thank you, Mr. Fannin. Mr. Chair, recommendations to approve.
Congratulations.
Motion is full, including graduation day of May 27th.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Vote unanimous, motion carries.
Thank you. Number 19, Mr. Fannin.
My last thing, calendar, we had a calendar vote, to the Fannin County staff, and what day we started it on. Wednesday, January 31st, I think was Monday. The calendar committee met, come up with two viable options for the calendar. Options 1 and 2. Again, send that out to the faculty and staff. Out of all the people, the participation in voting for our people was only 67.8%. So a total of 307 votes were received. 65.6% chose option A. Option A, pretty much the highlight of it, is having a week of Thanksgiving. That calendar has won over the last several years. But again, we are not going to school on Labor Day. We are not coming to school in July as students. And but actually, the highlight when there's going to go to May. Actually, graduation we moved up a week. The calendar, the committee had some problems with having a week off in March like we did this year, then turn right around and having a week off in April. I says, can we do something about this? Absolutely. First thing I do is recommend that we move graduation up. So that calendar committee, Dr. Ramsey one of them, Dr. Hodges is one of them. We all got together, all the parents, representatives that was there. They loved the idea. Notice we are getting finished before Memorial Day. So we have a 65% vote. I would recommend approving option A for the
Now, your motion. Motion by Mr. Green, second. Second by Mr. Cole, any discussion? All those in favor? It is unanimous, motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Bannon.
16 minutes.
All right, good evening, Ms. Webb. Number 20, we do have some folks from Fannin County Band here with us, and Boosters, as well as Dr. Armstead, who is the director of Fannin County Band. I'll start with 20.
Yes, and actually, I'm doing this on behalf of many people, recommend improving the purchase of uniforms for the Fannin County High School band students. The quote for the band uniforms is $76,315.50 for standard uniforms. And if approved, the uniforms will be paid for from multiple income sources. The band boosters have generously donated $38,157.75 towards the band uniforms, which we're very thankful for. And the general fund, out of our approved budget, we have $30,000 set aside because that was built in our budget back in the high school when we did our planning during our planning time. So that's already in our budget that we set aside for the band uniforms. And then the Fannin County High School, from their student activity accounts, they'll contribute $8,157.75 for the uniforms. And I do have a little history. The last time uniforms were purchased was 2005. So our students have really been taking care of them for a lot of years.
So are we on our third, is that right? Third generation.
Third generations from Fannin County.
Yeah, which for our high school opened in 76, you know, the third generation, there's a history of taking care of each other. You know, Mr. Rhodes insisted on that, and you obviously do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do we have here?
This is a sketch of our proposed uniform. We're getting a mock-up uniform sent to us by the uniform company to see what this looks like on students. So this is our preliminary design, but it was important to me that we keep the tradition of kind of the traditional look that we have, military look, but brighten up our uniform a little bit, make it look a little bit more modern. And this was one that I felt would continue that tradition. The Fannin County Band is rich in tradition, and we want to make sure that we continue the tradition of excellence that we have, and I think this will represent as well. There's some options that I'm looking at with this, possibly not using the gray silver pants, possibly looking at black pants, and the blue stripe on the leg. I wasn't crazy about that, and they're not making that with a blue stripe on there. But what I like about the uniform is we're keeping the hats, we're keeping the cavalry look, and it's going to be a brighter look. We're going to have a little bit more of a brightness and sharpness on the field.
So, yeah, I can see that. And this, more to think about where these uniforms go. During the time my daughter was in the birthday go, they went to New York, Philadelphia, Hawaii, Orlando. And everywhere that they go, whether it's downtown Blue Ridge, or downtown Philadelphia, or Hawaii, they represent Fannin High School and Fannin County. And so the uniform is great. And I know that whatever comes out to be the final, it's going to be great. The kids really it's really good.
I do want to say that this is really a product of the leadership that's supporting the band program. I'm very proud of Cassie and Jennifer and Faircloth.
It's right here, and very, very pleased. Our band booster president and our treasurer right here, and they've done just a fantastic job just putting the seed, planting the seed so we can get these new. They were really convinced this was a big goal for us to get these new homes, and so I'm very thankful for Jen and Cassie for all their hard work and their leadership. Our band is successful from the community leadership and our strong band booster club, and they represent very strongly that leadership. So I'm very pleased about that. So thank you. And thank you, board, for support.
And Dr. Ramsey, I just want to say a special thank you to our boosters. They do a tremendous job of supporting our band, and we've met several times, and they're just, they're really, they're a great organization and very supportive, and we appreciate the support that we get from the board. None of this is possible without that, so we just appreciate the support. Thank you all very much, and thank you all very much.
And thank you to Dr. Ramsey for that $8,000 plus that he was contributing to bridge that gap. That was very substantial and appreciated. So
not only sound great, it's real good great. So, I appreciate Ms. Lynn. This is kind of one of the conversations. We are receiving a donation from them, which we are receiving funds from the school, and plus we have previously budgeted funds from the Board of Education and from the high schools, essentially their list from last year on budget. And so I appreciate Ms. Lynn kind of putting this together in a package that makes sense for us to Thank you.
Recommendation, I hear a motion.
I'd like to do
Motion, Mr. Beard, second. Mr. Galloway, any further discussion? I would just like to say how proud we are of the band program. All of it is a source of pride and remarkable longevity with associated with those uniforms, such music and taking such good care of them and keeping them looked up so you folks to be effective and get after the next 10 years. So that's it. All in favor?
When we redid the stadium, we were able to start having band competitions. They were. Now
Very good. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Swin, and congratulations.
Thank you. Very excited.
Lynn, which generation uniform? Were you the same ones I was following?
I don't know. I tell you, Mr. Copeland, we were totally gray and we wore yellow scarves that had a square knot, the only knot. I don't know how to tie.
That's the first generation.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first generation. I was the second
My kid was
generation.
second generation.
Yeah.
And I we marched my first year here 17 years ago. And so
the third gen, I thought looked great, and the 60 about this. Thank you. And, Next one is yours as well.
Next, we have our financial statements for December. We're 50% complete with fiscal year. Our local revenues is at 53.93% versus 57.37% from the prior year. Our total revenues are 52.38% versus 54.27% from the prior year. Our total expenditures are 45.21% versus 44.26% from the prior year. And we have 43,536.23 in open encumbrances from the general fund. And we can keep scrolling, we go to our special revenues. That is a capital project. So some capital projects that you can see facilities, that we, how much we spend on our facilities so far, $4,400,000. They are open, encumbrances for facilities. And then we can continue for our special revenues. And that's all our CARES and our Title I, and pre-K, and all of those different funds. And we have our school nutrition. So that was just what I just said.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Fannin. Mr. Chair,
So your motion for review of the financial report?
so moved.
Motion by Mr. Galloway, second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Crowley. All those in favor? That's unanimous, motion carries.
All right, thank you. Number 22, sponsor updates.
Sponsored that we received $847,564.12 in response for December. And that is growth of 18.5% from the prior year in December. We have currently selected $7,110,000 in our response fund. That is a record. The 847 is an all-time record.
We're certainly thankful that the economy of Fannin remains strong. There's a lot of things going on in Fannin that are special to us, and have that. One of those is the chamber. And we're certainly thankful for our chamber of commerce and work.
I did, I was there.
Sir, Ms. Smith, thank you. Next one is yours as well.
Next, we have our school building reports. We have Blue Ridge Elementary School, with a general fund bill trips. And this is from July 1st, and just keep scrolling. July 1st through December 31st, and then East Fannin. And most of the schools are set up with the same accounts, general fund, field trips, etc. We have West Fannin. The middle school. The middle school has athletics in theirs as well. Keep going in the high school. So that's why they have a little bit more longer funds, so they have just more funds than the larger. And then CTA would be the last group. And that is the financials for July 1st through December 31st.
Okay, thank you. Next recommendation is yours.
Your motion to approve the uniform financial reports? Motion by Mr. Green, is there a second?
Second.
Second. Mr. Galloway, discussion. All those in favor? Vote unanimous, motion carries.
Okay, number 24.
24, I'm coming to you to ask you for approval to request to begin the process of obtaining bid for our bank accounts. Our current bank interest rate is 2.85%, which ends June 30th of this year. So we will need to put that back in to see what interest rates we can receive. Because we've had that for the last 5 years. 4 years. And interest rates are not included either.
Yeah, that's true. This board typically approved a 3-year. For many years in the past, and I'm so thankful that the board understanding the situation and approved, 4 years ago to do a 4-year. We benefited for the extra year, which is noticed by financial institutions at the higher interest rate. And so really open this and give lead time on that job.
Very good. Your motion to approve. I'm going to see this one. Motion by Mr. Green, is there a second? Second. Mr. Crowley, any further discussion?
We will actually, I will revisit that with you individually, just come back and get your opinions and thoughts on that at this point, we're opening the door to the process. So we don't have our back to that yet.
All is in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
25, setting our budget calendar for FY 23.
It is hard to lose that time.
So this is like a normal budget calendar, and, we're just starting to set our priorities, our personnel, resources, so our planning process from now through May, of what the line items are going to be in the budget. For example, 30,000 band uniforms for adding positions, and then we would have for approval, the same as we always have it here. It says in June or when the tax digest is received, and the same for doing the budget. And we can always amend this calendar before raising on the tax assessors for your budget.
Okay.
Seriously, make that recommendation to the
Entertain a motion to approve the fiscal year 2023 budget calendar.
So moved.
Mr. Galloway, is there a second? Second, Mr. Ford, any discussion? All those in favor? Those unanimous, motion carries.
Thank you so much. 26, official property as salary. Ms. Williams.
Good evening, Board. Come to you this evening to ask to salvage some equipment that our maintenance department has determined is definitely well past its use. Doesn't meet safety requirements, and there's no true value to it. A lot of the items that are listed, if you look at the dates, go back to the 1980s, and we had property tax on things that were $40, $50, $60 items as well. We want to go through our process and uphold our board policies, and so I come tonight and ask you to consider request to salvage these items.
Make that recommendation, Mr. Chairman.
The recommendation, make a motion to approve the school official property as salvage. Motion by Mr. Reardon. Second by Galloway. Any discussion? All those in favor? Yes, sir.
Yes, it kind of really is. While he was up there, I was like, I'm going to think about the next groups and stuff. So you know,
And I'll tell you all that many of these things are going to Mr. Flowers. Anything that's stainless steel, I've been working in our CTA department, and they're going to take this, our students can use them. So we're going to recycle our items for recycling.
I'll vote for that.
Speaking of voting, all those in favor? Those unanimous, motion carries.
I gotta ask one question.
Certainly.
What's the tomato king?
Well, you're not the first to ask me that. It is a tomato wedge, and you put the tomato on it, and it has a lot of serration, and so it literally slices it. So the blades have to be regularly sharpened, and it's a much older piece of equipment that has no type of guards or anything like that. It does look very primitive. That would make a nice piece of art.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. We appreciate that. Number 27 is to approve a bus use request from NEC. Mr. Foster is unable to be with us this evening, however, Mr. Inslee has researched this and is ready to present on his behalf.
Good afternoon, Board. I did check the bus garage this afternoon, and these trips for NEC are still up for approval. One of them is to go to Project Chimps on February 16th, and the other is to go to NEC Yale High School on the 28th. And NEC will pay for the fuel and the driver cost for these trips. They will be using the buses. But I'm speaking on behalf of personal.
Thank you for researching that, presenting it, and as you can see, when you go this is his recommendation. NEC is one of our partners, we have a more understanding with them.
So we see the motion to approve the bus use request from NEC. Motion from the floor. Second, Mr. Reardon, any discussion? All those in favor? Those unanimous, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next item is to approve the purchase of CTE equipment, and we're going to ask Mr. Root if we can know. You, again.
Good evening. Good evening again, Board. As Dr. Botany said, I know that, gosh, I guess it's been 3 or 4 months ago, we came to you with we asked to approve a plasma cutter. At this time, we are kind of going down that same path, but asking for approval of a laser cutter. Laser cutting and engraving are major industry standard processes in the field of engineering, manufacturing, graphic design, and more. Engineering and precision manufacturing are both industries with jobs that are in demand, high skill, and high wage. This laser cutter and engraver uses professional level engineering drawing tools and computer numerical controls, or CNC programming, to turn abstract concepts into real products. Students will be able to create customized products for the school system and the local community. SCHS students in engineering, welding, construction, and fine arts will be able to use this laser cutter and engraver to gain valuable employability skills. In addition, there will be opportunities for elementary and middle school students to use this laser cutter and engraver to design and create. So with that said, the purpose of this memorandum is to request Fannin County Board of Education approval for policy DJED for the purchase of a laser cutter and engraver for the Fannin County High School CTAE department. If approved by the board, a Laser Pro Spirit GLS 60-watt laser cutting table will be purchased with SPOS funds from Learning Labs for the amount of $38,573.
This is a turnkey project.
This is a turnkey project.
At that price?
Yes, sir. Turnkey.
And this will give us the ability to cut a variety of other materials like
That's
wood, metal.
Right now,
previously purchased.
that's right. Plasma cutter will cut anything metallic, anything that's conductor. We have the traditional CNC machine able to cut into wood products. This will allow us to cut into plastics, glass. Basically, we at that point be able to cut into any surface known to man.
Yeah, this just adds one more component to a nice suite of tools like this. And, so we'd like to have this office and make that recommendation.
Very good. Very much approve purchasing CTAE equipment.
Can I make one?
Yes, sir.
Make it.
Motion by Mr. Beard, and a second. Second by Mr. Trout. Any discussion? You mentioned that Mr. Steve, this is about one, we'll come to discussion.
We've already looked into ways, talking with some of the STEM lab teachers, brainstorming about how the students could come up to the high school and find ways to, when you look at the monitor, look at the screen, even the elementary school students would be able to design something that they might like to see, whether it be some type of sign, some type of graphic, and then actually watch the laser cutter do its job and be right there to see the finished product.
Parent came by and I was today just on the comment and how much they appreciate the opportunity to come to Wales, really to do that. And so I think it's a great program. I think that you guys be able to do
All those in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Put on under that laser cutter.
Yeah, I know. It's this one's also, I will say, this is one of the safest machines that we could find on the market. Absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. Wood. Mr. Chairman, from now executive session, and I'm going to real estate personnel and see information.
Very good. Any motions to go into executive session?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Trout, is there a second? out of executive session?
So moved.
Second. Motion second. All those in favor? Unanimous. We do need a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the January 13th, 2022 executive session. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor? Unanimous. Minutes are approved. No action was taken in executive session.
Ready to resume. Item number 30, approve revision of board policy GAAA. Hand it over to Sarah.
Good evening, Board. Last month, you may remember that I brought this particular policy GAAA, to you for consideration for revision. It is the equal opportunity employment policy that gives people the order about who they're supposed to contact in the event there is some kind of a complaint that needs to be made. Our policy, as it stands currently, lists the names or the titles of the people that should be contacted. And so basically, Mr. Inslee will scroll all the way down. We want to just strike that portion of the policy out of it because as time goes on, those titles may come and go. And so we want to simply state the names of who should be contacted on our website that will link that today. So this evening, I would like for you to take action on that policy revision. It has been on the table since last month's meeting, and there have been no public comments or no comments made from the public regarding our proposed change.
And we consulted with our policy folks at Alderman Hartley on this, and it was recommended. This is a
Absolutely.
common sense revision.
Correct.
And no feedback was received on this.
No feedback was received.
Mr. Chairman, the recommendation passes.
Very good. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the revision for policy GAAA.
Make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Bearden, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Cole. Any discussion? All those in favor? Vote unanimous, motion carries.
Thank you, Board. Number 31, review Board Code of Ethics and Conflict of Interest. Mr. Egan.
Okay, thank you. Every year we do put this on to our board meeting, typically early in the year, the calendar year. We do review these policies annually. This is part of our GSBA requirements to do both the code of ethics for board members and also the conflict of interest policy. It's simply just a way that we show what those policies are and, of course, our agreement to abide with those policies. It is an expectation that the board members do abide by both of those. And no action is required.
Okay. Any questions from the board, Mr. Egan, on that? Okay, thank you. All right, next up is personnel. I'll give you a moment to open up the personnel sheet dated 2/10/22. Okay, everybody ready? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Resignations, Mindy Pollitt, school nutrition, effective 2/7/22. Make that recommendation, Mr. Chairman.
Do I hear a motion?
Second.
Mr. Bearden and Mr. Galloway. All those in favor? Motion carries.
Okay, Jerica Green, paraprofessional, effective 2/11/22. Make that recommendation.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Cole, second. Second by Mr. Bearden. All those in favor? Unanimous, motion carries.
Teresa Brown from school nutrition, effective 5/31/22. Make that recommendation, Mr. Chairman.
Your recommendation?
So moved. Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor? Unanimous, motion carries.
And two teachers, both effective 5/31/22. John Ayers and Jeff Weaver. Make that recommendation, Mr. Chairman.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Cole, second by Mr. Bearden. All those in favor? Motion carries. Vote unanimous.
Thank you. We have recommendations. All of these are pending completion of paperwork and background check. 3 from school nutrition, Mary Birch, Lynette Hall, and Holly Strickland. Make that recommendation, Mr. Chairman.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Very good. All those in favor? Unanimous, motion carries.
Okay, the next one is paraprofessional. Ms. Friedman, Shaya Stoughton. Shaya, say it one more time, Ms. Friedman. Shaya Stoughton. Make that recommendation as paraprofessional, Mr. Chair.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion and second by Mr. Condon. All those in favor?
And Melissa Talbot, I would make that recommendation, Mr. Chair.
I'll make that motion.
Very good. We've got a motion by Mr. Bearden and a second by me.
Thank you.
All those in favor? Motion carries. Unanimous.
Great, and substitute nutrition recommendations, all pending completion of paperwork, background checking, and training. Melissa Barker, Sherry Hicks, and Mindy Hall. Make that recommendation, Mr. Chair.
And do I hear a motion?
Moved.
Motion by Mr. Cole, second.
Second.
Second. Mr. Galloway, all those in favor? Unanimous, motion carries.
All right, thank you, sir. Moves into comments, and I want to thank our presenters tonight, April, Sarah, Lucas, Darren. Enjoyed your presentations. Thank you so much. I want to thank all of you in attendance who have made it. We've got folks watching us online as well. I want to thank you for that. Anthony, thank you for being here. Mr. Wrigley, it's always good to see you. Welcome to our meeting. Glad you're here. And also we had Fannin leadership. Is he still here? We appreciate their participation in our meetings as well. Gonna brag on some kids, basketball. Brandon, tell us where they're at right now.
We're finishing up the regular season, but next week we get to host the region tournament because our girls are the number 1 seed going in. So we will host on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday to get to go to the state playoffs.
That's great.
Our girls are currently ranked number 1 in the state.
Yeah, we love that. And what about wrestling? They are at state right now.
They are. Yeah, they left today. About 4:30, they headed down to way down to Macon, and they are. We took 10 wrestlers, nine boys and 1 girl, and they'll compete for the state title in traditional wrestling. They actually had 2 sectional champions last week. So very proud of those guys.
I just can't be more proud of the extracurricular opportunities that are offered and the success these students have. Last Friday evening, Mr. Ruth, was the Young Farmers Ag Banquet, and we certainly just give them a special shout out. That was a wonderful banquet, and just really appreciate their support of the community, their work with the community, and their support of FFA and our kids. We really appreciate that. And today there was a reception earlier at the Blue Ridge Mountain Arts Association building. It was a retirement reception for Jan Hackett. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Jan. I know that earlier in this meeting we referenced the chamber and how that is their work has really helped our SPLOST. Jan's service to Fannin County has certainly helped the business sector, which in turn through SPLOST has helped us. And so the projects that we pass, Jan has her hand in it. I know, Sarah, you're on the chamber board, and just incredible. Do you have anything else that you want to add on that? Frankie, you're a past chair. I saw you in a video presentation of her today. She's just a phenomenal person, and we're so thankful for her and everything that she's done, which has impacted the schools in a positive way. So, that's all I've got.
Joe, you want to start something?
First, I'll say thank you and appreciate everybody that's come out. I want to give Mr. Danner a shout out. Great job tonight. That's a lot of information. I know you've been working hard. So, a lot of times you don't have to stand up there for a long time. Still, you do a good job and get it done. So I appreciate all the work you are doing, especially on the facilities and all this, the things that are coming up. Mr. Price, I want to say thank you to you for letting all your students come and the success you had. It was amazing. Especially in the east side. Nice to anyway, I appreciate you. Really good to see all of you really enjoyed it. Ms. Hodges, great. Love to see what you're doing. I love the way to see the kids and stuff, and just all the clubs and things that are going on. That's amazing. I get to hear about it pretty much every evening, so I am very thankful for what's going on out there. So she's excited and doing great things out there. So definitely want to say thanks to that. And I want to say thank you, Dr. Ramsey, for the baby. I know you didn't have to do what you did, but that's amazing. So I appreciate you looking at it, not just for all the kids the way you do, but just the way you do with man. So that's amazing. So it come out of a fun that's for different things. So that's great. I appreciate you doing what you did. So it means a lot to us. With that, I'll stand up.
Ditto. Everything you said. I am very proud of the students from East Fannin, Mr. Price, and I am very proud not only of them, but for all the other schools. Just like I said tonight, we got the best school in Georgia. I believe that, 100%. I was present at the FFA banquet. Great job. I tell you, if it wasn't for the FFA, I don't think we'd been eating things. You know, a lot of people, I heard it somewhere, a lot of people think, you know, you go to the grocery store and you get milk, that's where it comes from. You go get potatoes, that's where it comes from, the grocery store. No, that ain't where it comes from. That's where you buy it. That ain't where it comes from. And I'm so thankful for our FFA program, both in the middle school and high school, and all their accomplishments. Appreciate all you principals. I know you could have something else to do tonight, but I appreciate you being here. And that's about it. I will tell you this. I love each one of you. Thank you for being here. Mr. Cole.
Yeah, I concur with that. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate all of you, and the principals have a big responsibility every day. And those precious kids that come in your building every day. On the way to school, I always tell my daughter, you know, as a believer, we never think the responsibility that we have that we're told, but there's a verse that says, we will judge angels for what they didn't do. And so I charge angels every day to watch over and protect and to keep harm from anybody who comes on the school grounds every single day. I believe that. Bring protection up over this school. And so I'm thankful. They're watching out for you, each one of you. And want to lift up Mr. Deweese and Denver as they're going through their health issues. And I know we're still not over. Well, I don't think we can let our guard down, but keep, you know, proclaiming health and livelihood to these kids and us as we go forward. So I'm thankful for what you do every day. I feel like I'm rambling, but I do love you, and thank you very much for all that you do, because we get to serve in a little part, but you're doing a lot. So thank you.
Certainly agree with everything that's been said. It's exciting every month to get to hear the updates. Incredible report from Blue Ridge Elementary. So exciting to hear all the accomplishments, and ultimately, I mean, that's what we're here for. The success of our students is the ultimate measure of our success, and they're just excelling in so many arenas. And we're so proud of all that you do. All of our principals here, our directors that are here, the SRO Walden here. You know, a lot of school systems don't have an SRO officer at every school. We're blessed to have our SRO officers, and we're very appreciative. I wish they were all here. I'd like to thank them each one, but you know, they're willing to put their lives on the line for the safety of our children. We certainly value them a great deal, what they bring to our system. Our ultimate goal is to keep our kids safe. I need to say a word about these men that I have the honor of serving, including Mr. Deweese, who's not with us tonight. I've worked with all of them for several years now, some of them longer than others, but it is truly an honor to get to serve with individuals that are here because they love kids and they're here to do everything they can to promote education in Fannin County. There are no political agendas, and so often when I see news reports from metropolitan areas, the board's almost dysfunctional. It is an honor to get to serve with this caliber of men on this board, and I appreciate each and every one of them. I appreciate you. And on a personal note, so many of you have offered me words of encouragement and prayers as I face some health challenges. Instead of 10-week recovery, I was able to accomplish that in 4 weeks. The surgeon said I could go back to my normal level of activities on Tuesday, so Wednesday I put in a 12-hour day, and Ruth had to roll me in the house in a wheelchair. Almost. So there's still a little bit of recovery there to build the strength back. But I thank you all for your prayers. My prayers that the Lord simply bless, just shower you with blessing. That's all I have. I thank you very much for being here tonight, and I hope you'll note the time as you do. So I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion and a second. All those in favor, we stand adjourned.
Turn lights off, yeah.